Okay, so we're almost done here. I have two more quick things to show you here. First off, we're finished with the appearance palette, so you can drag it back over to the right-hand side there. We're finished with it for now. And go ahead and zoom out. I'm using Control, Alt, and Spacebar, or Command, Option, Spacebar on the Mac. And you may want to pan up a little bit in your document. We're looking for the K up in the top left corner, and you can zoom in on the K there if you'd like. I'm going to use this K here to show you a command in Illustrator called divide. So we have the K shape here, and we're going to use it to divide apart or separate apart this oval that appears underneath it. Now, it's probably easier for me to actually show you this rather than try to explain it, so let's give this a try. So select your K shape there. Head up to the Object menu and down to Path, and then Divide Objects below. Now, a couple of interesting things happen here. First of all, it looks like it's chopped this oval apart into pieces. I still have my K. There it is there. You can look in your toolbox to find that it's actually just been filled with white. So there's that piece there. In fact, so I don't lose it, I'm just going to fill it with a different color here, just so I can see that there, and I'll just kind of move that over to the side there for a moment. Now, I have a second K here, and it's been trimmed to match the circle here. So this red K here, which I'll just bring to the front, Control-Shift close square bracket, or Command-Shift close square bracket on the Mac to bring that to the front. And there, I could use this K here with these little scallops here on the ends here. Maybe I could use that as a logo. And you can see finally what I'm left with over on the left-hand side is just the pieces of the K. So the K is almost used now as a negative space inside that shape there. So that's what the Divide Objects Below command does, is it basically separates apart any shapes that appear underneath the topmost shape. So I'll leave that up to you if you want to experiment more with that. Instead, what I'm going to do is pan over just a little bit, and I'm looking for my little computer radio screen thingamajiggy here with all these wavy lines here, and I want to show you a final command here in Illustrator called simplify. So what I've done here is I've just created these paths here for us to work on. They're all squiggly lines here, and I can do a number of different things here if I want to manipulate these squiggly lines. So you might want to zoom in just a little bit so you can more closely see our paths here, and just grab any one of these paths. It doesn't really matter which one. So I have a path highlighted here. I'm on my black arrow tool, and I'm going to go to my Object menu, down to Path, and then Simplify. I get my Simplify dialog box here, and I always turn on my preview here so I can see what I'm going to get, and you can see very obviously what my Simplify command is going to do for me here. So there's a couple of different options that I have in my dialog box here. First of all, my curve position. This tells me how close to the original path my simplified path is going to be. So I can experiment here with these different percentages backwards and forwards here until I get what I'm after here. So maybe I'll come more over this way here. My angle threshold here, if I want to adjust that there. Here it's telling me that originally I have 38 points. My current path only has 17 points. And there's a couple of neat options down towards the bottom. If I want, I can use only straight lines here. See if I can get anything happening here. Not a whole lot on this one here. So I'll take that off. And then, of course, show original. And I can see my original path sort of overlaid here in red. So I can use that as a basis of comparison here. So you can see if I bring that closer to 100%, it's almost exactly back to the original path here. Or I can begin fiddling here to decide what I'd like. Maybe I'm happy with something like that. Hit OK, and there's my new path. So there's your simplify command. If you'd like to use it on these different paths, go ahead. I will leave that up to you. Again, just object, path, and then down to simplify. Fiddle to your heart's content until you have exactly what it is that you'd like. And when you're happy, click on OK. So there's a look at some of the more advanced path editing features in Illustrator. You saw the compound paths. You saw working with the offset path. We did the simplify command here, and you also saw the divide command. So have lots and lots of fun with working with your paths and shapes in Illustrator CS3.